Okay. Yeah, I'm done overthinking this video. I'm just gonna talk now. I just want to talk. I just want to talk about it. Yeah, so I've taken a pretty substantial break from this YouTube channel. I didn't see it coming. And in that time I've had a lot of opportunity to reflect on life itself, and I've been thinking a lot. And I've been thinking about the concept of rest. With any endeavor that I've had throughout the years, I always felt like I needed to be putting in 100% of the effort, 100% of the time. Oh, you worked all these days and expended all this energy just trying to get your basic needs together. But on this one day you get off, this one day that you don't have to be there, you still have to expend 100% of your energy on your passions and the things that you actually care about in life. And I feel like that has created a toxic relationship with the things that I want to do. Whether it's creative expression in any form for me, right? Like it could be drawing, it could be making these videos, it could be something simple as practicing an instrument, it could be anything else that I'm really passionate about, like learning languages. Like I have mentioned in a few videos that I'm learning Thai, and whenever I put these expectations on myself, like you need to do this on your days off, and if you start the day late, you failed, you're not moving forward, I just feel like I've had to revise that. Okay, I spent most of this day sleeping, and I woke up from my nap and I was like, wait, like I needed that. I needed that. Okay. And especially, y'all are gonna get sick of me bringing up the fact that I'm neurodivergent. As somebody who is neurodivergent and masks a lot in their workplace and even sometimes at home, because being at home can be really overwhelming for me. I'm already working on overdrive, right? Like I'm always in go, go, go mode. So I'm gonna need more rest than somebody who is not under the same psychological pressure that I am. And I've stopped feeling bad, especially because I'm working practically every day and I get 2 days off guaranteed, but otherwise I'm there. I'm there like all the time. And I really hate that because it's like almost poisoning my brain in a way. It's like work is taking up a pretty huge pie slice of what I think about on a daily basis. And this is unscripted, by the way. This video is unscripted. This is just me talking. So this is just a really long stream of consciousness because I've been wanting to talk about this. And it's like even in the recording of this video, even in the recording of this video, when I told myself like, okay, your day off is tomorrow, you need to wake up and make this video the next day. And like as soon as these things start to become a chore for us, as soon as the things we love to do just without any monetary gain become a chore for us, I think that starts to dampen some of the passion that we have for it. And I feel like I've mentioned this in a previous video before, but it's just so true. And I'm realizing it more and more and more as time goes on. I think also being raised in a household that almost like indirectly forced me to become an overachiever and burn myself out. And then when you're a late diagnosed neurodivergent Black woman, you've been carrying that your whole life. And the minute that you tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna take a minute for myself, I'm gonna not constantly be trying to live up to these demands of both other people and myself, you start to feel like you're wrong. You start to feel like you're doing something wrong because you've been brought up that way. It's become intrinsic for you to not put yourself first, for you to not observe how you feel in the moment and just ignore that and just do what you feel like you need to do. And I think that's why a lot of us go through life depressed, with anxiety, and with a whole host of other conditions. Okay. I feel like I've been in chronic stress for a long time, and I've always had this feeling like I'm always tired. And when I say I'm always tired, I don't mean, oh, I need a nap. I don't mean, oh, I need to sit down for 5 minutes. No, it's a chronic, deep-seated feeling of exhaustion. And if you're autistic, if you're ADHD, that's even more amplified. Okay, I had a mental breakdown just a few days ago because I couldn't even find my keys to go to work. And that may seem very, very small, but it's like I am doing everything in my power to not crash and burn and die when it comes to my basic needs. You know, like I'm doing everything to keep my life in order. And it's like if I let off the gas for 1 second, the car is going to spiral out of control. That's how it feels. So imagine carrying that for so long. And then I still have the audacity to say, oh, but you got to make sure you get this done today. You got to. Like there's some non-negotiables, right? But it's like, if I can't make a video in a month because I'm developing more structure in my life and trying to attend to my more immediate needs, the video can wait. And I hope you guys can relate to this, you know, because my dad has a passion project he's really passionate on, and he's always saying like, I feel like I didn't get what I wanted to get done today. Oh, I'm sitting here, I'm taking a break and I'm watching television and I feel like I'm stagnant right now. You're supposed to take breaks, especially if you have an overloaded nervous system. If you're truly passionate about something, it's gonna find its way back. And I think that's something I've had to really drill into my brain. It's gonna find its way back. And I really am passionate about this channel. I really am passionate about my art. I'm passionate about so many things, but I know that, you know, where I am right now, I need to be prioritizing rest more. I need to be spacing things out instead of trying to get everything done in one day. And I'm slowly learning to let go of that guilt. And it's like, who is telling us we have to get this stuff done anyway? Why do we put this much pressure on ourselves? The world already puts too much pressure on us. The last thing we need is to force ourselves to do something that's supposed to be enjoyable and fun for us. And it's also very hard, especially when you have ADHD, right? You know, you struggle with task initiation. You know, you struggle with sticking to things. So when you are forced to take a break, to care for your more basic needs, to actually like take a moment and decompress, it feels like, oh, you know what? See, you really can't stick to this thing. See, you really can't do it. And it's like you're constantly trying to prove to yourself, I can. Yes, I can. And that's the battle. That's the battle that I struggle with sometimes, for sure. But I'm telling myself, I'm like, okay, if I am so burned out that even just getting up and making a simple meal for myself feels like I'm expending like half my mental energy, why do I need to force myself to make a video? Why do I need to force myself to study the languages I'm interested in? Why do I need to force myself to even go to the store? Why do I need to force myself to do anything? And it's not like doing these things is not important, so don't get me wrong there. But it's like if you are really so overloaded and the idea of doing the thing feels like an actual chore, it's like, we shouldn't be feeling like that with things we're passionate about, with things that we really want to do. Take a minute, take a break, assess your current nervous system state. Like, are you so overwhelmed that even adding one more thing to your plate, even if it's something that you genuinely like to do, would make you feel like the world is shattering? Just take a minute. Don't even put that on your to-do list. And that's what I'm telling myself. That's what I'm telling myself. And I've also started to try and let go of this guilt of like when I do have a to-do list in the day, not trying to force myself to get through every single thing, because I can write a lot of things that I want to get done. But then in that day, I may have only checked off like 3 things. And then the end of the day comes and I'm like, oh no, did I waste the day? I don't know where this mindset comes from, but like you see this a lot in American hustle culture, even this constant need to be on the go. And if you're neurodivergent, that just does not work for you. It just doesn't work. You gotta take your time. The minute these people at this job tried to schedule me 6 days in a row, one, I called off on the 6th day because at work, there's like this flight of stairs that you're going up and down, up and down, up and down for hours sometimes. So it's like genuinely going to the gym without a rest day. It's like working the same muscle group for 6 days in a row. So that's one thing, right? And after the 5th day, I was like, I genuinely cannot walk right now. Like I could walk, don't get me wrong, but it was so painful. Like if I could have sat down at any point, I would have preferred that over standing up. That's what that felt like. And I hold a lot of like stress and tension in my back too. So that was killing me. And so I called off on that 6th day. I was like, hey y'all, I'm not coming in. I am not coming in. Who want to take my shift? So I didn't come in. Immediately after that, I set 2 days in the week where they could not schedule me. And it's even just stuff like that. Like you have to accommodate yourself. And burnout is real. Burnout is real, but I'm at the point in life where like I'm handling it way better than a younger me would have handled it. I try to get a yoga session in when I really need it. I try to meditate whenever I can. I try to eat 3 meals a day. I try to take my supplements. I try to drink water. I'm very attuned to what I need now. And that is why I stress on this channel so much. Please get to know yourself and try to become more in tune with yourself, however that looks like for you. Whether that's having a YouTube channel like this, whether it's journaling, whether it's meditation, whether it's with a therapist. Please get to know yourself. Because if you don't know why you're doing the things you do, and you don't know why you're so tired all the time, you could be doing things you don't even realize are making your burnout worse. Especially if you're autistic or ADHD or any other neurodivergent condition. We're already stressed enough. Okay? That's why a lot of us deal with chronic stress. And it's such an invisible struggle, right? Because I come to work, I'll do a light face of makeup every day and coordinate it to my outfit. My outfits will always be put together. My hair is always done. I'm really good at masking, and nobody can see just how much I'm struggling. Nobody can see that. And that's why it's like when you bring up the fact that, hey, I'm having a hard time, people are so quick to dismiss it or not really believe it if it does not immediately look like you're struggling. And that is, it's so cliche, but you really cannot judge a book by its cover. You really cannot try and determine something about somebody's current life state just by the way they present themselves in the world. I may look put together whenever I come to work, but you guys didn't see the mental breakdown I had because I couldn't find something that I really needed. You guys didn't see my decision paralysis took over and I switched my outfit 4 times before I came in. You guys didn't see that I lost my keys 5 minutes before I was about to leave, and that's why I'm late. Like, nobody sees that. So my days off are spent trying to structure my environment and my life a little bit more so that these things are less prone to happen, because that's the foundation for me working on anything else. Before I work on this channel, before I work on the things that I want to do, truly want to do with my life outside of work, the foundation must be there. And so this stuff is going to take a little bit longer to get off the ground. And I'm fine with that, because at least then I'm not expending all my mental energy just trying to do the thing. Something that I realized lately is that for neurodivergent individuals, and this could be for anybody else too, but I see in us that we have to very intentionally design our lives. Like, I've had to design my life, the days that I do things, how I do things, and try all my might, and with my ADHD included, to create a structure and even bits and pieces of a schedule that keep my life from collapsing. And it's like, when people at work ask, "Oh, you gonna do anything fun after work today? How'd you spend your day off? What'd you do on your day off?" In my mind, I'm like, you guys are still doing stuff after work? You guys are doing stuff on your one day off after working 6 days in a row? Why would anybody be doing anything? That's how that feels to me. To me right now, in my life, and probably for as long as I work here, the idea of still filling up your schedule with stuff after work and on your one valuable day off to spend by yourself and recover and get your life a little bit more together, or work on something that you really care about that you haven't been able to work on. I can't even conceptualize, what am I doing that's fun? I mean, like, what am I gonna say? I'm not doing anything. I'm probably taking a nap after this. I'm eating dinner and going to sleep. I'm maybe gonna work on my drawing and nap. And it's like, to anybody else, your life looks really boring, right? And I really don't think that I have a boring life. I wouldn't say that, but it's spent indoors a lot. It's spent in an introspective nature. It's spent recovering, because the mental toll of masking just in a job like this, and I don't hate the job. I have fun there sometimes. I really do. I like my team. I like the work that I do at the moment. I have a generally good time there, but it does not mean that I'm not masking. It does not mean that I'm not a little exhausted. And I don't want this video to be seen as me canceling out my previous one about baby steps over inaction. It's more so like a precursor. A precursor to those baby steps is to make sure your basic needs are taken care of. Make sure you have a structure in your life so that you can allow pockets of time to work towards the things you care about. And I'm still, a big supporter of the idea, like, do a little bit every day, but don't do a little bit every day for like 10 things, 10 different hyperfixations. That's, me kind of revising that philosophy that I had. So I still think I can do one thing every day. I still think I can work on these things very consistently in very, very small ways. But like where I am right now, it's got to be very, very, very small, because my mental energy is going to this place. And your dreams are still worth working toward, even if you haven't touched it for a month. And that's something also that I've had to tell myself. I'm like, oh, I haven't uploaded a video in a month. I guess this channel just sucks now and I shouldn't do anything anymore with it. Like, again, that all or nothing thinking, it really, really is a parasite of its own. I feel like you really have to be aware of these thought processes and just cut them, just snip it as soon as you think about it. And that takes a lot of awareness, and that's hard. But just naming a pattern that I see in myself. Like, I thought, oh, I haven't uploaded to this channel for like a month. I'm failing. No, you're not. Give yourself permission to, even if you have not touched the thing in years, you're still allowed to come back. You're still allowed to come back and work on it when you feel ready. And I know there is also another side of that where it's like, oh, you're never gonna feel ready. There is a difference between that and being so mentally overloaded that you can't even work on the things you love. If we weren't mentally overloaded, then yeah, I would say, oh, you're never gonna be ready. But sometimes you really just aren't ready for something because you just have too much on your plate. And I feel like that distinction should be talked about more. So yeah, here we are. It's like 2 p.m. I mean, I woke up, read a book, and tried and failed with that. My ADHD got in the way of that because I would read the book and then I would, oh, like that's interesting. Let me look that up more on my phone. Hyper focus, looking it up on my phone. Oh, let me put this away. I was reading. Repeat the cycle a few times. I'm like, wait, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go make some food. Made some food, took a nap, woke up, tried to read a little bit more, and I was like, wait, I really needed that nap. And then I was like, you know what? I want to make this video. Now, did I force myself to make this video? No. I made this video just born out of a realization. And that's why I really think if you, like I said, if you're passionate about something, you're going to come up with ideas naturally. Your time away from the thing does not stop the progress. Your time away allows you to process your current life experiences where you are, and you'll be able to build something even off of your dormancy. I think that is something I'm realizing as well. I was also talking to my dad a few days ago, and I essentially just touched on the idea that if you're really set on something in life and you know you want to do it, and there's nothing that's going to get in the way, even if it's slow, the decisions that you make in life are going to support that outcome that you're after. Even if it doesn't necessarily look the way that you thought, it's the fact that if you choose right here, right now, today, to say, this is where I want to take my life, every decision that you make in life is going to be filtered through that. And that's why I think in the end, even when we're not actively working on things and uploading things and showing it to the world, you're still making these decisions that happen behind the scenes. And that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned lately. As somebody who has had high expectations put on themselves and who has internalized it and made additional expectations that I grade myself through, like getting to this point is a huge deal for me. And I hope that you guys can relate to this in some way. Yeah, and I really think that's all I have to say right now. Like, take breaks, become so aware of yourself that you can say, and also, before I end this, work boundaries. Us neurodivergent people need work boundaries. And that's why I said, like, don't let anybody make you work no 6 days in a row. What are we doing? Now, I understand if your particular job field requires you to do that, right? But if you have any control over it and you know you don't want to do that, make your needs known in your workplace. The manager of the place that I worked asked me just last week, hey, can I schedule you open to close? I said, no, you cannot. Nope. They know not to ask me. They know now not to ask me that question. They know not to keep asking me on my days off if I want to come in. Because I say no every single time. Because I am so aware of myself that I know I need those days. I'm not hungry for no corporate ladder. I'm not hungry to be working. Like, I get it. We all need a job. In this life, to survive, we need a stable source of income, but no. My mental health is going to come first. And yours should too. But yeah, whether you have, some creative passion like myself or whatever you're working towards, please make sure that you feel mentally sound enough to even work on the thing. Because if you don't, it's only going to exacerbate your burnout. Been there, done that. If you're passionate about it, you can pick it up when you're ready, okay? So just remember that, you guys. That's how I felt about this channel. And I love this channel, and I love everybody who has commented. I love hearing your guys' experiences. If you have any to share, please put it in the comments. I always read every single comment, and I appreciate every single comment. I guess the one takeaway of this video would be, at the end of the day, put yourself first, because this life is only yours to live. So yeah, I'm really bad at outros. Like, how do I get better at this? I don't think I ever will, but yeah. Bye guys. I'll see you in the next video.